Good morning to everyone. Welcome to the online class. I hope all are fine. Okay, we see the civics lesson. Already we have completed 4 lessons from civics part. I gave all the answers. I hope all of you all learned the answers. Now I am going to start the lesson from the civics part, 5th lesson, local self-government. Local self-government. First, the meaning of the word local self-government. Here it is given the meaning of the word local self-government. What is local self-government? Local self-government is the institution or look after the administration of an area or community. It look after the administration of local area. Local self-government operates in the grassroots level, the lowest level, lowest level of the society of the people. The local self-government is the management of local affairs. Manage the local affairs. The local bodies provide service to the local community. So the meaning of the word local self-government, that means local self-government or institution look after the administration of an area or small community, such as villages. Village level administration, we can say. Before independence, after independence, most of the people live in the villages. So village development is more important, so that the administration started the village level, that is local self-government. It has got the historical background. This word local self-government is an old concept. It is started from ancient period. That ancient period in the sense in Tamil Nadu, Cholas period, from Cholas period. And the later Cholas, imperial Cholas, gave the efficient administration in Tamil Nadu through this local self-government, to elect the local bodies, the system was followed, that is known as Kudavoli system. Under the Kudavoli system, through the Kudavoli system, the representatives are elected. Through that election, they gave efficient administration during that period. Then, followed by the Cholas in India, the Mauryan Empire. The whole India, they gave the administration, efficient administration. That period also example for the local self-government. They also gave the efficient administration. Then the medieval period. During the medieval period, local self-government had somewhat declined because there was feudalism. So the local self-government was declined during the medieval period. Then the modern period started. The modern period, British period. That is the last quarter of 19th century. That is in the year 1882. Lord Ripon, he was the Governor General of the British provinces in India. He introduced the local self-government. In India. The Lord Ripon resolution is in 1882. He was known as the father of local self-government. First, he started the local self-government in the Indian provinces, so he was called father of local self-government. Then the Government of India Act was passed in the year 1935. The year 1935, the Government of India Act was passed. This act gave the autonomy of the provinces. This Government of India Act gave the autonomy for the provinces. That introduced this act came into force. The provinces of autonomy came into force in the year 1937. Provincial autonomy. Provinces. During the period of British, three important provinces were there in India, that is Madras, Bombay and Calcutta. Now we call Chennai, Mumbai and Kolkata. That time the British introduces these three provinces were famous during the British period. They introduces the provinces, the provincial autonomy. Provincial autonomy. The provinces, mostly the Congress formed its government, where the Congress formed the government, all these provinces. The Congress government gave the importance for the rural development. Rural development. The rural development got the special attention during the British period, especially the provinces, Madras, Bombay and Calcutta during their period. After independence, Gandhian ideal of Grama Swaraj, villages must get independence because most of the people live in the villages. In India, most of the part lies in the villages. So, Grama Swaraj, Gandhi said, villages must get independence. They must be more free. That is Grama Swaraj. That is village republic. Here it is mentioned that village republic. India being the land of villages, everywhere villages, most of the people do the agriculture. Agriculture is the main occupation of the people. So, village autonomy is very important. Here, Gandhiji gave importance for the village autonomy, Grama Swaraj. Then the local self-government since independence. Local self-government after independence, the system of local self-government in India took place through the formation of four important committees. After independence, this local self-government got importance by forming four committees. Because of this formation of these four committees, at last the Great Charter on Panchayat Raj was formed in the year 1957. 1957, the Great Charter on Panchayat Raj was created by these four committees, by the four committees. By this Great Charter of the Panchayat Raj in 1957, Panchayat Raj system was first introduced in one of the village in Rajasthan called Nugar district. In Nugar district, in one of the village, this Panchayat Raj system was introduced in the year 1957 by the then Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru. Jawaharlal Nehru was the first Prime Minister of India. That time this Panchayat Raj was first introduced in one of the village in Rajasthan, Nugar district in Rajasthan. What are the salient features of the Constitution Amendment Act 73 and 74? Constitution was amended. That is 73 and 74 amendment of the Constitution. Amendment making some changes in the Constitution, that is amendment. That is 73rd and 74th amendment of the Constitution. Especially this local self-government. In that act, some changes they have made. According to the changes made in the constitution, some of the points here it is mentioned, panchayats and municipalities will be institutions of self-government. Panchayat and municipalities. Panchayat means in the village level, municipalities in the municipalities, taluk level, that is municipalities. The Grama Sabha is village level, and the ward committees, municipalities comprising. These are all the administrative bodies found in the Grama Sabha. Grama Sabha means Grama Sabha found in the villages. This is the administrative body of the villages, Grama Sabha. And the ward committees, it is an administrative body found in the municipalities. Then the three-tier system. According to the 73rd and 74th amendment of the Constitution, there will be a three-tier system in the panchayats. In the Panchayat Raj, three-tier system, that is village level, taluk level, and district level. Committees. Seat at all levels filled by the direct election. All the village level, district level, and the taluk level seats were filled by the direct elections. People elect the representatives. Election will be held once in 5 years. Once in 5 years, the election will be held. All the members of the committees will be elected through the people. Seats reserved for chairpersons of the panchayats, all levels, based on the proportion the population. Based on the proportion of the population, chairpersons were elected by the people. 1/3 of the seats are reserved for women. 1/3 of the seats reserved for women. In the local body elections, some of the seats are reserved for women. Village panchayat or district panchayat, taluk municipalities or corporation, everywhere, the local body elections, 1/3 of the seats are reserved for women. We can see the women candidate also contesting the election. Then uniform 5-year term, that is the election, all these local body election will be held once in 5 years. These are all the salient features of the 73rd and 74th amendment of the Constitution. The 73rd and 74th amendment of the Constitution, all these changes they are made in the local bodies, local self-government. Then the salient features of the Tamil Nadu Panchayat Raj Act 1994. The new Panchayat Raj system came into being Tamil Nadu after enactment of new law local body institution the year 1994. The 1994 only the new local body that is the Panchayat Raj system came into force in Tamil Nadu. Some of the features, a three-tier system like other states in Tamil Nadu also, three-tier system, that is village panchayat, district panchayat, and taluk. Like this three-tier system. Gram Sabha, we can see that once in a year, 3 or 4 times, the Gram Sabha meetings will be held. That particular Grama Panchayat president, members, and the people will be gathering once in 4 or 5 times in a year. That is especially the Gandhi Jayanti, Labor's Day. Like this, 4 or 5 times the that is Grama Sabha meetings will be held. Grama Sabha, that is again provision of this 1994 Act. Then establishment of election commission. according to the Panchayat Raj Act 1994, Election Commission established in Tamil Nadu, then Constitution of Finance Commission. Finance Commission was established according to this 1994 Panchayat Raj Act. Reservation of seats for SCSTs. SCSTs seats are reserved in the local body elections. Then 1/3 seats were reserved for women, and constitution of district planning committees. Constitution of district planning committee. Constitution of district planning committee was introduced in this act. This Tamil Nadu Panchayat Raj Act 1994, all these things introduced. Next, today up to this much enough. Now we mark some of the answers from this topic. That is, give short note. Second one, list out the salient features of Tamil Nadu Panchayat Raj Act 1994. All these points just now I told you, that is page number 273, under the heading salient features of Tamil Nadu Panchayat Raj Act 1994, up to A to G, that these points you have to mark. A three-tier system, that is Panchayat, Grama Panchayat, Taluk and District Panchayat. This is a three-tier system. Gram Sabha meetings will be held 4 or 5 times in a year. Then establishment of election commission. Tamil Nadu election commission is there, that is introduced in this act. Then Constitution of Finance Commission also introduced. Reservation of seats for SC/STs proportionate to their population. 1/3 of the reservation of seats for women, and Constitution of district planning committees. These are all the points you have to mark for this question, second short answer. Then the next one is detail answer. Write in details about the salient features of the 73rd and 74th Constitutional Amendment Act 1992. That is page number 272. Salient features of the 73rd and 74th Constitution Amendment Act 1992. Under this heading, some points are given that to be marked. The first detail. Panchayat and municipalities will be institution of self-government. Panchayat means village panchayat. Taluk will be institution of the self-government. Gram Sabhas will be held in the villages, and ward committees, the municipalities comprising. All this will be there in three-tier system of panchayat at village, taluk and district. These are the three-tier system. Seats at all levels filled by district elections. Panchayat level, taluk level and district level. Seats, all the seats, members, president, ward members, all will be filled by the election. Election will be held once in 5 years. Seats reserved for chairpersons of the panchayat at all levels also shall be reserved in proportion to their population. Seats for chairperson of the panchayat reserved based on the proportion of the population. Based on the population, number of seats will be allotted. Then 1/3 of the total number of seats reserved for women. The local body election, 1/3 seats reserved for women. So you can see that the election the local body election and all, you can see the women candidate all contesting in the election. They also win the election. They became the president. They became the ward members. They became the district chairperson, like this. Uniform 5-year term. All these local body election will be held once in 5 years. Once in 5 years, the election will be held. The local body election will be held once in 5 years. So we have marked two questions, that is one 2 mark and one 5 mark question. From this topic, what I taught, from page number 271 to 273, 273 not completed, up to this, I have marked two questions, one 2 mark and one 5 mark. We have to learn these two question answers from this topic. Okay, thank you.